everyone, welcome back to my channel. This channel is all about building a soul-aligned online business, living your most magical life with the power of mindset hacking. So in today's video, I want to talk about alignment for success. And I feel like that's a missing puzzle piece that a lot of female entrepreneurs actually don't really pay too much attention to. And actually I haven't paid attention to it as well, which I feel was part of the reason that I felt stuck, unmotivated, and not really clear about my goals and desires for my business, and that was the reason why I didn't really take action and procrastinated a lot. So I want to share with you something that really came up for me last weekend, because I was speaking at an amazing event and got filmed and stuff, and got the opportunity basically to see myself from an outside perspective. And when I looked at myself on the screen, I mean, even though I film YouTube videos and I'm active on social media and stuff, it was still different to see myself filmed while I speak about a topic I love. And I want to share with you some things that really came up and that got clear because I was filmed and because I stepped out of my comfort zone and went for that speaking opportunity. And I feel like it will help you as well to really realize that there might be a misalignment in your business, and that might be the reason why you don't see the success you desire. So before we start, I want to give you a little overview of my situation before I went to the event. So I just switched my business to English, and I kind of found my new niche and my new passion, but I still was a little bit stuck and not sure if it was the right decision. I was questioning myself a lot, and I just felt there's something I'm missing and there's something I should pay more attention to, but I couldn't really figure out what it was. Even though I was journaling, I was really tuning in, I was trying to connect to my purpose, I remembered my why, but there was still something that just felt not right, and I couldn't pinpoint out what it was, and it really stressed me out. So I was really thinking over and over and over again what it could be. So I decided that I just go to the event, step outside of my comfort zone, because it was one of my goals to speak at the event and just figure out what was wrong with me afterwards, and I just let go. So I went to the event and I gave my speech, and everything was awesome and I loved it there. The girls were amazing, and actually it was really good to step outside of my comfort zone there. Of course it was, because I always tell you to do the things you're so scared of, because it will just make you so much stronger. But aside from that, there was something that really came up because of the speaking opportunity and because I got filmed there. I got the opportunity to see myself from an outside perspective, on camera, in action, really different than the way I see myself now, because now I'm filming here and I can see my videos and they are not as raw, even though they are raw, but it's different than when you're on stage and in an exciting stage with your mind and you're nervous a bit and stuff. You know, it's different when you're on stage than when you sit in your comfortable home and basically you speak from your heart. So I realized when I saw myself on camera speaking that there was something that was not in alignment, and I feel like that really opened my eyes, because I realized that I still had this filter on myself and I still wasn't like truly me, because the way I see myself in my head was so different than the way I was on stage. And at first, when I realized that, I was really judging myself, and I was thinking like, oh my gosh, like how did that happen? I see myself completely different. And that's something I remember from having the eating disorder, because then it's the same thing. You see yourself in the mirror like completely different than you actually are. And I feel like it's not something that only people with eating disorders suffer from. It's often the case that we have this misalignment of our self-image in our head and the way we actually present ourselves and actually act with others. So yeah, it really gave me to think. And as I said, like, I tried not to judge myself, but of course that was like the first reaction that came in my head, like judging and feeling really bad about it, because I thought, oh my gosh, like, why can't I be authentic and why can't I be just me on stage? Why is there something that is really not in alignment? And because obviously I do so much things to really work on myself, and I journal and I tune in and I do all the things, and I feel like they are all imprinted in my head, and that's something I feel a lot of women and female entrepreneurs do, because if these thoughts and the behaviors you have to change and stuff, and you know what you want to work on and stuff, and it's all in your head, and that's again the masculine side of your energy. You have it in your head and you understand everything, the thoughts are there, you actually know everything, but you don't act on them and you don't embody the things you actually want to do and want to change. And that's where the female energy is missing again. And I can't stress enough how important it is to pay attention on your female and masculine energy to really balance everything. If you know you want to work on something and you want to improve in a certain area of your life, you really have to see it from the female side and from the masculine side, which basically means like you first understand, so you first focus on the masculine part of understanding the things, having it in your head. Everything is going on in your head, and then you really have to connect it with your soul and embody it with your soul, so you can really implement it in your life and act on it. And that's the missing part a lot of people basically don't pay attention to, and I myself sometimes don't pay attention to it. So that's basically, I think, why this misalignment came up for me. And I think it was a really important step for me to actually see myself from an outside perspective. That's something I try to do as often as I can, to just feel like I'm a different person, or I see myself from an outside perspective, like a friend or anything, and then I can really observe how I act and behave and how I actually want to act and behave. And if there is a misalignment, it doesn't matter in like relationships and friendships, or even in your business and how you want to interact with your audience, or how you want to interact with your clients and stuff. If there's a misalignment, you really have to work on that and see what you can actually embody in order to bring the alignment back. Because the misalignment basically means, in my case and in most of the cases, that you have the misalignment of the masculine and the feminine part of the thing you want to work on, because you have the masculine side, but you haven't really paid attention on the female or the feminine side, which basically means that you also embody the things you want to work on with your soul. And I feel like I repeat myself, but I think you really get my point here. So the key takeaway for you in this video is really to pay attention if there is actually a misalignment, and if that might be the reason why you don't see the success and why you are not authentic, or you feel like you're not authentic, because deep down inside you know, and your subconscious mind knows, that you are not acting the way you see yourself in your head. So there is a misalignment, and maybe that's the reason why you are not authentic and why you're not raw, and why people might not even are able to connect to you, or why you feel not comfortable showing up, or why you feel the way you show up is not perfect, or quote unquote perfect. You know, perfection is not the end goal for all of us, but you know, if you feel like you really judge yourself for the way you show up or how you work or anything like that, it might be because you in your head want to show up different, and then you have to see where is the missing piece where you can really bring this alignment back. So for me, something that really came up was that I actually lost weight, which basically was because I stopped working out and I focused on my business only, and I realized, seeing myself from an outside perspective and really being filmed, that I want to be a strong woman, independent woman. I don't want to be like skinny and stuff, because it also reminds me of my past, and I just have a totally different self-image. I want to be a strong and powerful woman, and I want to have an impact and an influence, and for myself I just have this idea that I want to be stronger and not like skinny and weak. So I think the best way to really see if there is a misalignment is to ask yourself, how do you actually see yourself? Like what's actually the image you want to show, like the outside world, and what's actually the image you have in your head, and is there a difference between the way you see yourself in your head and the way you actually show up? And I feel like if you can really pinpoint out there is a difference and there is a misalignment, you have to work on that to just get it back together. And most of the time, as I said like multiple times in this video, it's the misalignment of the female and the masculine energy. So you have to bring that back, and it's something I work with my clients on a lot, because I feel like it's something especially female entrepreneurs really struggle with. So if you have any questions regarding the process and how you can bring the alignment back, just write it in the comments, and I would love to basically tell you more about it in another video or anything like that. So I am here to help you and share my tips with you, of course. And I would also really recommend to listen to my audio training, because I did like a 40-minute audio training further explaining the female and the masculine energy, and I feel like it really will help you just to get the first steps in working on that topic for you, because I know at first you feel like, I don't know where to start and how can I actually balance everything. So if you want to harmonize the female and the masculine energy, just click the link below, sign up for the audio training, and I'm pretty sure it will help you. And if you like this video, I would really appreciate if you like it and subscribe, and basically so you don't miss another video. And I will speak to you soon, and I hope to get amazing feedback of your alignment stories for success, and maybe even some breakthrough stories if you have signed another client or just another win because you did this whole alignment exercise. Let me know. I would love to chat with you about it.